Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about working with above ground levels. I'm going to go ahead and start with an existing structure that I have just to speed things along. Basically, I have my ground level done. I have my 3D view done. And as you can see, when I bring up the north elevation, I've got a couple of different levels here ready to go. So one of the things to know is that as far as levels on which you create things, your roof level should honestly be the top. So if I was going to turn this structure from a single story to a two-story, since we use 10 feet for about every floor or every story, I would move the roof level first to 20 feet, which is going to bring that up. The next thing I would do is I would zoom out a little bit, and when I go to add a level, I would start about where the other levels start. I would end where about the other levels end. And as I do that, I'll zoom in and I'll go ahead and start making adjustments with my measurements so that my level's at 10 feet. I got lucky and hit that right on the nose. But then I can go ahead and label my what the level actually should be called. Um, So we've got the ground level. I can call this one second floor, level 2. It will ask you if you want to rename the corresponding views, and that's a good idea. So because you can see now over in my floor plans, I've got a second floor plan. And what you're going to want to do, since I already had a roof on mine already did this automatically. But if I look in my ground level and I pick my walls, I want to make sure that I start using these base constraint, top constraint. We've worked with them some already in terms of working with the foundation stuff. But if I hold control and I click all my walls, again, trying not to get my windows instead, I can attach those so that my top constraint goes up to the roof. Now, again, currently they're attached to the roof, which is just fine, but those are really helpful. And they're also good to work with. As we get more advanced in what we're designing, there may be some times where some of these exterior walls, you only want to go up to the second story level because you're going to have that area not have square footage on the second level, which is just fine. You can add a roof there, that sort of stuff. So we're going to pay a lot more attention to levels the more we add. As a helpful note, in your elevations too, sometimes you're going to be given a max structure height. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and remove this level. It's going to tell me that it's going to remove everything that's on that level. And I'm going to put my roof level back at 10 feet. Uh, just as an example, the tiny house project has a maximum structure height of 16 feet. If you hold control and click on one of these levels and drag up, you'll notice it will create an additional level. The one thing that's different about this, you'll notice because it calls it level 5, there is no level 5 floor plan. So by using control drag, you create a level that doesn't actually have a floor plan to it. Why does this matter? So if I want to come in here and I can put in max, as in max height, I can set it at whatever I want, okay? That's now showing me my max height. And as you can see, at this point, my roof is too tall. So adjustments I can make. If I click on my roof, the roof itself, there is a drag function here. I would avoid using that. What I would do is I would come down here under dimensions where it's slope, okay? So for our slope, we have 9 inches of rise for every 12 inches of run. So for every 12-inch horizontal distance, we go up or we go down, depending on which way you're counting it, 9 inches. We change by 9 inches. If I just change this number to 7 and hit apply, you'll notice I have a 712 slope. And if I do that, I'm just barely above. So we can see what a 612 will do. And that puts me below my max height. Now, things that I could have also done, I could have decreased the roof level a little bit. I could have seen what a 9-foot roof would give me and that sort of stuff. But those are all ways to mess with that. And you'll notice again in my 3D view, everything has changed. So we are good to go there. That's really it for working with levels. If you were to want to create some kind of loft area, anywhere you want a floor, you need a level that has an actual plan with it. Okay, so if you want to put a floor there, so for example, if I wanted to maybe at about 9 feet or something like that, create a sleeping loft, I would need to take my level, zoom out. And again, do they need to be this wide? No, we just typically line things up because it looks nice. And I would create this across, same length. And because I created it, you'll notice it has a level 6 um, view right here. And so I can create a sleeping loft. Now, the one thing that you want to keep in mind too is when you add a floor to this, it's going to be at this level and then go down. So you might want to put this at something like 9 feet, because that way, if you add the 1 foot deep uh, floor, the bottom of that floor, that 12-inch floor, that carpet finished 12-inch floor, the top of that or the bottom of that floor, your ceiling height would essentially be 8 feet in your other spaces. So that's just something that you can work with and add that. But yeah, you do need a level with a floor plan if you're planning to put um, a uh, a floor there that where you can place other things. All right. So that's the basics of working with them above ground. There's really, um, excuse me, there's not a lot of difference, and you can create whatever it is you need to create by using those levels.